This episode may contain content that could be distressing or objectionable to certain listeners. Please refer to the episode show notes for details. Discretion is advised. Hello! Welcome to Your Movie, My Movie with Dan and Steve.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Steve. This is a podcast where one of us picks a movie to watch and we discuss it together. In this episode, we're going to be talking about one of Dan's picks, the 2002 movie Heaven, starring Cate Blanchett and Giovanni Ribisi, written by Krzysztof Kieslowski and Krzysztof Pieswicz, and was directed by Tom Tykwer. We will be talking about spoilers, so if you want to watch the movie first, now's the time to do so. But before we talk about the movie, Dan, who would you recommend this movie to?
Thanks for asking, Steve. I thought long and hard about this question because I was reminded that you would ask it before the episode started. Because I always forget. So I wrote down a little thing, but it wasn't very good, but I'm reading it anyways. I'd recommend this movie to people who feel like they've been rushing around a lot lately and who have lost a lot of hope, maybe. And also Cate Blanchett, you know. So,
okay.
So that was my weakest recommendation yet. And that's probably a indicator as to how this episode is going to be.
Okay.
Yeah. Steve, question for you. Question.
Yes, Daniel.
Steve, who would you recommend this movie?
Well, Daniel, I would recommend this movie to those who like movies that make them feel. Because I feel that this is one of those kinds of movies. Unfortunately for me, all this movie made me feel was sleepy.
Fair.
So,
okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been working and been working a lot, so I'm tired just because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't able to start watching it until late last night.
Oh.
And I was good. You know, I got through it until roundabout the time when they make their escape.
Okay.
And once I get to the countryside, I just could not stay awake. No matter how hard I tried. And I had to restart like the last third of this movie at least 4 times.
Oh my God.
Because I kept falling asleep.
Wow. Is that a record for the amount of restarts you had to do?
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah, at least for the podcast. Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah. And I had to ordinarily I would never do this. Because you know, movies are sanctified things to me.
Uh-huh.
But you know, in that last third that I was just having so much trouble getting through, I kind of clicked the fast forward on it through the very long, boring parts where nothing happened and nobody was saying anything.
Damn, holy shit.
Of which there's a lot. There's a lot in this movie. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I was even like comparing it in some respects to Big Gold Brick.
Oh no. Shit.
Yeah, let's stick a pin in that and remind me to talk about that later. But yeah, but you know, before we get further into this movie, Daniel, why don't you do your 2-minute summary?
Okay, I mean I could, but I also kind of want to make you do it because you're so sleepy.
No. No.
Okay, all right.
No.
All right.
How about this?
Had to try.
You do your 2-minute one. You do your 2-minute summary of it, and then I'll do a little summary of it myself.
Okay.
So,
well, you should do it first because you're just gonna steal mine.
I won't steal yours. I promise.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Yeah. You want me to do the countdown?
Yeah, I'll do it in front of me too. So you give me a countdown, 1, 2, 3, and we'll do it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So Cate Blanchett makes a bomb and puts it in this office building of this rich guy. She puts it in his office and she tries to get everyone out. It goes horribly wrong. She doesn't kill the guy she wants to kill. Instead, she kills 4 innocent people. So then she gets arrested, and as she's being interviewed, one of her interviewers, or one of the cops, who ends up translating her English into Italian, falls in love with her. So he decides to help her break out, and eventually they break out. She is able to get revenge and actually end up killing the guy that she wanted to kill in the first place, who was a drug dealer who, basically caused the overdose of her husband. So then the rest of the movie is them escaping, the translator and her, and, kind of maybe getting to know each other, and also, kind of just walking around the Italian countryside, evading the police, and then kind of transcending in the end, into eternity or something. And that's pretty much the movie.
Okay, 34 seconds. 33, 32, 31, 30.
I'll just listen to you count. It's kind of funny.
No, we can be done. Okay. Okay. So that was your 2-minute summary.
Mm-hmm.
Mine won't even take 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Cate Blanchett is a stupid bitch who should have had a gun in the first place instead of a bomb. She might also be a lesbian, but being a lesbian doesn't make her a stupid bitch. She's a stupid bitch because she needed a gun.
Okay, done.
End scene. Yeah. Yeah.
24 seconds. Wow, record time.
Well, yeah. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay.
I listened to this
okay.
I listened to this podcast, and it's hosted by this basically he's an anarchist. That's like his political stance. It's the podcast is Behind the Bastards. They talk about all the worst people in history. Anyways, they talked about like bombs and like some anarchists who made bombs and stuff, and he's like, yeah, bombs usually never work right. They almost never get the target they want, and they almost always get casualties. So, yeah, in general, if you're going for an assassination, bombs not the way to go.
Well, yeah, this is like maybe this is like a low key Second Amendment rights movie because like if she just had a gun in the first place, she would have killed the one person she wanted to kill instead of, you know, two little girls, their father, and an old cleaning lady. So who knows?
I think that's the exact takeaway that we should take from this movie is, more guns.
Yeah. Take that, Europe. Take that with your universal health care.
Yeah.
So Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yes, Steve.
Why? Oh, why did you pick this movie?
Well, Steve, I have a few reasons. The first reason is that I watched it when I was like a teenager or something, and I think my mom was watching it.
I knew it. I knew that you did. I knew.
Yeah, my mom.
Remind me to tell you how I knew that you did. Okay, so you saw it as a teenager.
Yeah, my mom was watching it. I think she had gotten it from the library, and it was on, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of interesting." And then I think I came in like halfway through, and and the ending really stuck with me. Like I thought it was like a beautiful, like poignant ending, and I thought it was like really weird and kind of just like unique. So I was like, well, that's kind of interesting. It's always stuck in my head a little bit. So I was like, let me watch this movie again, see if it holds up, and we'll talk about it. And it's a obscure movie, so I was like, it probably hasn't been covered that many times by other people. So you know. And my other reason is that it had Giovanni Ribisi in it. Yeah.
It sure does.
It does have Giovanni Ribisi in it.
Yes.
Because we're doing a Giovanni Ribisi marathon.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as Random Hearts.
No. Did you fall asleep in the middle of Random Hearts?
I did not, but I didn't fall asleep in the middle of this.
Okay,
one.
then. Well, okay, that's fair. Did I fall asleep in the middle of Random Hearts?
I don't know how many times you've seen it.
Well, I didn't when we watched it, so.
Okay.
No, this movie is not that bad of a movie.
It's not that bad. It's just it's pretty. Well, it's not that great either, I will say.
Well, yes. And that's why I kind of wanted to compare it to Big Old Brick. Mm-hmm. Because I had a tough time getting through Big Old Brick too.
Yeah.
But at least by the end of it, it made me feel something. Now that something was complete, derision and disappointment and a little bit of hate. But like I said, this movie Heaven, it just made me feel sleepy. You didn't feel anything at all? Even in the end? No.
Okay.
But I knew that you watched this at some point in your formative years. Because it reminds me of your Mopix 3 short film, student film. Because
of all the long lingering shot where nobody says shit.
Yes. And after I finally got through it, I'm like, you know what? I bet I could edit this to be a lot faster paced and not make me go to sleep anymore. Because that's something that we that you and I talked about a lot in regards to your Mopix 3 film.
Yes.
So.
And the funny thing is this movie is only 97 minutes long.
I know.
But it feels like 2.5 hours long. And that's coming from me. I like slow movies. I like movies that not a lot happens in. But here's Here's my takeaway from the movie, I think, is that it should have gone one way or the other, but it was like half political thriller, half like not esoteric, but half like slice of life, like weird abstract
spiritual
love movie.
Art film. Yeah. It's a political thriller art film.
Yeah, and I think there are some times where that's worked, but it's few and far between.
Well, the only one that I know of, it's not a movie. Well, okay, so there was a British miniseries. I think it either came out like in the late 1980s or maybe sometime in the 1990s, and it's called Edge of Darkness.
Okay.
And it was eventually adapted by Hollywood into an American remake featuring Mel Gibson.
Okay.
And like the inciting incident for both the miniseries and the remake is that there's a police detective who has a daughter who's a policewoman, and then she gets brutally shot up. And so her father takes it upon himself to investigate like why she was killed.
The most basic ass plot I've ever heard.
Well, yeah, but the thing is like apparently in the miniseries, it ends with a guy maybe becoming a field of clover.
Whoa.
Yeah. I really need to watch it. I really need to watch it. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the only other one. That's the only other art film, political thriller I've heard of.
I'm trying to think of some others, but I can't at the moment. But generally not a good idea. I'll just say that.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. It is tough to pull off. So,
because again, if this movie was only like a weird spiritual abstract journey between, two strangers who are kind of maybe falling in love, that would be much more interesting to me, I think. But instead, there's like a whole hour-long setup of like a bomb and police detectives and like, a very minimal amount of excitement, I think, to begin with, which is what makes it hard too. I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this movie, it is very, very Euro trash. Because Giovanni Ribisi, he plays a what the Italians call carabinieri. I think that's how they pronounce it.
Carabinieri, yeah.
And it's basically their national police force, their version of the FBI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the thing is, okay, so Cate Blanchett, she takes a bomb, she drops it in this executive's trash can, leaves, calls the receptionist and tell her car alarm is going off so that she can leave, so that he is the only guy who dies. That is until a cleaning lady empties the trash can, puts the bomb in her, like cleaning station, puts it into the elevator with two girls and their father, and then it blows up. But the thing is like, before it blows up, she calls the police and like tells them that, hey, there's going to be a bomb going off, and she gives them her name. And so once the bomb does go off, their SWAT team, breaks into her place in the middle of the night to arrest her. And that's why I said, so it's like she wanted to be caught, apparently. And so she gives them their name. She gives them her name, and they captured her. So I guess she wanted to be captured. But like if she just had a gun, which she uses eventually, like later in the movie, Giovanni Ribisi helps her escape. And he's like, "Hey, do you really want to kill him?" And she's like, "Yeah." So they like ambush him in this place, and what does she say?
She says, "Do you remember me?"
Yeah, do you remember me? And then he says yes, and then she shoots him.
Yeah.
And it's like, you dumb bitch, why didn't you just take a gun, walk into his office, shoot him there, then wait for the police to get you? Why didn't you just do that?
Well, Steve, because this is a movie, and movies.
Yeah. Because this is a movie, and then the movie wouldn't happen. But that's not true. It's kind of like Indiana Jones, in Raiders of the Lost Ark, where that theory where if Indiana Jones did nothing, the Nazis would have still gotten fried by the Ark of the Covenant. But just like that, like if she just shot the guy and waited for the police to get her, then everything else would have happened too. So,
but then Filippo would have never fallen in love with her, Steve.
Well,
so, come on.
Number one, we don't know that. Well, okay. So why did Filippo, played by Giovanni Ribisi, why did he fall in love with her to begin with?
Because she had a pure and noble heart, and she's smoking hot, Steve. That's why.
But hold on. She shot the guy anyway. So shooting the guy. So apparently she still has a pure heart if she just shot the guy in the first place.
Well, she was also a damsel in distress, so maybe he was attracted to that.
She'd be a damsel in distress, in the hands of the police too.
Yeah, but she wouldn't break down crying because she accidentally killed people. So she's sympathetic because she feels bad because she killed all those people. I don't know, Steve. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. All right. Can we move on? Please.
So the best way to show that you would never, ever, ever harm innocent people is to harm innocent people and then to start crying about it. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, I'm telling you that. All right.
Okay. Okay, as long as it makes sense to you, I guess.
Now stop shit talking their beautiful love, okay?
I was always thinking about this movie and like around the beginning where we like find things out, like why she did it. Because that's all mysteries are, according to Blake Snyder, author of Save the Cat. Mysteries are not a whodunit.
Don't fucking quote Save the Cat at me, Steve. Don't fucking quote Save the Cat at me, Steve. I don't want to hear about Save the Cat, all right? Okay? All right?
Okay.
I didn't read it in college because I didn't want to read it, okay? Because then I'm just going to become a sellout corporate schmuck like everybody else who read Save the Cat and wrote all these millions of screenplays about saving cats and about 5-arc plot structures and fucking.
Well, no, he doesn't use 5-arc plot structures. He uses a beat sheet. Just so you know. But yeah, every mystery is a why done it, and so like when we're learning the whys and stuff, we learn that everybody's kind of connected. Like Cate Blanchett, she had a husband before she could divorce him. And he was friends with the drug kingpin.
A husband who died before she could divorce him. Just clarifying.
Yeah. And he was friends with the drug kingpin. And the drug kingpin was like selling drugs at her school because she's an English teacher in Italy. And she saw a student. She saw one of her students who hung herself in a room, and she was there for 3 days before anybody got to her. But then you find out, like, Giovanni Ribisi, his character has a younger brother, and apparently, like, he went to the same school that Cate Blanchett taught at. And also there is the police major who's corrupt and is like in league with the drug kingpin. So I was thinking, like, is this movie just a Eurotrash version of Traffic?
I don't know. I haven't seen Traffic.
Okay then. and
Steve,
that's why I was thinking that
you're so tired. It took
I'm making these connections, man. I'm making these connections. These connections. Am I wrong about this stuff?
You're not, but it took you so long to get
okay.
there.
So that's okay. I'm Southern. I can speak slow. So, yeah. So I was thinking, like, because Giovanni Ribisi, he tells Cate Blanchett, he says that he falls in love with her, but like, it looks like he falls in love with her like immediately as she confesses. And I'm like, that doesn't happen. That can't happen. So did he fall in love with her, like interacting with her while he was at his brother's school? Like, is that where they found the time to fall in love?
No, I think they fell in love. And I mean, people can fall in love, quote unquote, with anybody. Like, people fall in love with serial killers all the time and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but that can still take some time,
Yeah, but he held her hand and he looked into her eyes when she woke up. She faints because she realizes she accidentally killed 4 people. So then the doctor's like, roll up her sleeve. So then Giovanni rolls up her sleeve and he's holding onto her hand and he's like looking at her asleep. And then she wakes up and like looks into his eyes and she's all like, what's going on? What's going on? And he's like just looking at her eyes and then he's captivated by her eyes, her Cate Blanchett eyes, Steve.
Well, if that's all it takes for him to fall in love is just, him holding her hand. I was in the register line at Target one time, and I was paying for my stuff with money, so I handed her, the $20 bill, and she grabbed my hand in her hand so she could put my change in my hand with her other hand. Oh, and wow. I watched her do that, and I was like, do you want to fuck me?" That was my thought, but I was like, nah, she's just a cashier. She puts change in people's hands all the time. She probably doesn't want to fuck me. Was I wrong, Daniel? Did I miss my shot at true love?
You absolutely were. I've never in all my life as a cashier, which has been like, I mean, technically I've been a cashier at my other job, like 4 years or more. I've never done a two-handed handoff like that. That is intimate.
Okay.
That is intimate. She or they, whoever that cashier was, wanted to jump your bones, Steve.
Okay.
Especially if that person was Cate Blanchett. Or at least you wanted to jump her bones.
No.
At least you wanted to jump her bones if she was Cate Blanchett.
No. Like, I don't know. Like, okay. Cate Blanchett, she's attractive, but she's not my type attractive. Also, she was in Bandits, which I can't fucking stand. And that's always going to be on my mind, if I'm ever fucking Cate Blanchett.
Okay.
a movie, Bandits, a movie where Bruce Willis plays the tough guy and Billy Bob Thornton plays, a sensitive guy. So
Yeah, and
Kate
they
Blanchett
almost have a threesome.
between them. What's that?
And they almost have a threesome.
Well, they're a polycule, so they don't need to have a threesome.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
But okay, so Steve, the reason, one thing
yes.
I noticed at the end of this film that made the film make a lot more sense is that I noticed that this film is based on a trilogy of novels.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. It's based on
well, I
Heaven.
Go ahead.
Or I think it's like Hell, Purgatory, and Heaven. Those are the titles. So that makes a lot of sense to me because you've condensed, a sort of arc into one movie. And I'm sure it was a lot more spiritual and kind of like emotional and probably more prosaic in the novel. So you kind of get like the whole big plot, but it gets in the way of all the prosaic filmmaking. I don't know if I'm using that word right, but that's my theory at least. Does that make sense to you?
Well, according to my research, which is just the Wikipedia article on the movie, one of the screenwriters, Krzysztof Kieslowski, he intended Heaven to be the first part of a trilogy, with the other two movies being Purgatory and Hell. But he passed away before he could finish those.
The filmmaker?
The screenwriter. One of the screenwriters. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
So did he die? That's crazy. Did he die before this movie was made, or did he die after it and they were going to make it 2 other parts?
I have no idea.
That's pretty wild. Whoa, I just realized.
Yeah, he died in 1996.
Okay, so he died before the movie was made.
Well before the movie was made.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's weird because that is just confusing. Like, is this the first book then, or is this all the books combined, or what's going on here? That's weird.
Oh, I have no idea. Like, as far as I thought, like he just wrote this movie and, that was it in regards to his intended, I forgot what I was going to say. You're right. I am tired. It was the first part in an intended trilogy. But I don't know anything about any novel. Like apparently Heaven, Hell, and Purgatory, they were supposed to be inspired by Dante's The Divine Comedy.
That makes sense.
Oh. Apparently there is apparently okay.
Wait,
so you know
shit.
how
Hold on. The screenwriter Krzysztof Kieslowski, I didn't recognize the name because it's a weird name and I'm stupid English.
He's Polish.
Yeah, but he is very well known. He made the Decalogue and he made the Three Colors trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Harvey Weinstein wrote a eulogy for him.
Oh, how sweet.
Apparently. Yeah. But yeah, so apparently what happened was, like, how I said there were 2 screenwriters for the script?
Yeah.
Well, the other guy, Christoph Pieswitz. I guess he like worked on it or finished it or something, because he also finished the script for Hell, and apparently that has been produced and made into a movie.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I see that right now. Whoa.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. Okay, so wow. All right. This is really interesting then, because Kieslowski, I'm more familiar with his work. So he did Three Colors Blue, Three Colors Red, Three Colors White. I don't remember which order they're supposed to be watched in. But he also did the Decalogue, which I've seen like one of them. But that makes total sense, because all of his movies are very sort of strange and spiritual and winding, and they're like this movie in some ways, but they definitely pull it off like 10 times better than I would say. That's really interesting. And a crazy coincidence, me and my roommate Noah, we just went to like a junk shop today, and we were digging through, and Noah found the poster for Three Colors Red. And this is a movie from 1994, and it's, like a European film. Like, this is not like a widely released American film. And it's literally 30 years old. I was just like, we were both blown away, and Noah loves that movie. I like that movie a lot too. So we were freaking out. But we found that today. So it's crazy that,
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Just a weird coincidence.
Neat. Before we go any further, can I go back to something?
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to clear something up.
Yeah, sorry.
Remember how I said that Cate Blanchett's character may have been a lesbian?
Yeah.
So my thinking with that is, they escape to the farmhouse where her friend is.
Uh-huh.
And the first time her friend sees her, first she slaps Cate Blanchett, and then she gives her a hug.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're not just friends.
No, I thought the exact same thing.
Oh, you did too?
Yeah, I mean, like, the way, I wasn't sure if they were gonna kiss or if she was gonna slap her. So,
well, this was 2002, where Ellen had come out already, but gay marriage wasn't legal yet. So they're still coding gay characters, I suppose. So
yeah.
And she said that she also said that she was divorcing her husband before she died.
She did.
So maybe she was divorcing him to be with her. So
yeah, I think she was at the very least bi, because that was not a regular friendly platonic hug. That was something intense.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Europeans, they have less hangups about that, but
True.
Even so, yeah.
True.
And
can I talk about some stuff that I did like about this movie though?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would love to know what you liked about this movie. I mean, so the one thing that I liked about this movie, like the shots of the countryside are fucking gorgeous. Like they're absolutely fucking gorgeous. Where they shot, beautiful locale, absolutely beautiful locale. Unfortunately, the movie had nothing to do with that. Like that countryside is going to be beautiful no matter who shoots it, or what the story is around it. So there's that. I like that. I liked the milkman banging the nurse in the milk truck.
I knew you were going to like that.
For a few minutes. I did like that. And then near the end, when Cate Blanchett and Giovanni Ribisi, they bang under a tree. But you don't see that. But that's okay. I'm okay with not seeing that. I like that too. Was there anything else I liked? Well, her lesbian friend, she had 2 kids and she was making them a home cooked meal. That was neat. Oh yeah, and they were drinking wine. They like drink wine like we drink Pepsi, which was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are all the things I liked about the movie.
Okay, so. Fair enough.
Yeah,
you like
okay.
the two sex scenes, and then I'm just kidding. Okay, all right. Yeah, no, that's fair. Here's what I liked about the movie. I thought the cinematography was stylish, and I think it worked well. So we got a lot of shots that we don't get nowadays. We got a lot of high angle, low angle shots. Like when she's going into the building, we get like a God's eye view down. And as I was watching it, I was like, people don't take the time to do these shots as much while they're just setting stuff up, like while they're just establishing shots. And it it did kind of feel like some sort of God was a character in a way. Or that it gave an air of spirituality, an air of, loftiness, and that's kind of a theme of the movie.
Before you go on, real quick,
yeah,
just because you brought it up. Okay, so the very beginning of the movie,
yeah,
it looks like it's a computer generated countryside as we move through it.
Mm-hmm.
And what we come to realize is that it's a view of a flight simulator, because Giovanni Ribisi is learning how to fly a helicopter.
Yes.
And it is a very long shot. I should have known. I should have known. I really should have known from that, like what I was about to get into. But eventually they start talking. And at the end of the scene, instead of going forward, like the helicopter sim, like it just goes up and up and up and up and up.
Mm-hmm.
And the instructor tells him like, hey, you can't keep you can't do that. And then Giovanni Ribisi asked, well, how high can I fly? And so I wrote that down in my notes. And then in big bold letters, I wrote, theme. Theme. How high can you fly? Giovanni Ribisi. Apparently, the only way to find out is by falling in love with a stupid bitch bomber and trying to flee with her. After falling in love with her by holding her hand.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go. You can go back to what you were talking about now.
Okay, thanks, Steve.
Oh! One more thing.
Yes,
that Steve. I liked about the movie. When Cate Blanchett goes into the office and like she talks to the receptionist is like, well, he's busy, he can't see you. And then Cate Blanchett is like, well, I have to. She has an appointment for an erotic matter. That was kind of funny.
It was pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Oh shit.
See, it's catching.
What?
It's catching.
Yeah, your low energy is catching up to me. God damn it, Steve. I tried to bring energy. I tried.
Oh, it's a shame if we keep yawning.
You got to cut these out. Anyways, I know you're not. I know you're not going to cut them out because you don't cut anything out. All right.
But I want to make people yawn.
Fuck up.
No, you want to yawn, Daniel? Yawn with the yawn.
Oh, I wrote something down though that I thought was a good question for you.
Okay.
You know when everybody gets blown up by the bomb, like the little girls and the dad and the cleaning lady? Did you laugh?
I didn't laugh then, but I laughed when I knew what was going to happen because it was plain as day. It's like, oh yeah, I know where this is going. As soon as I saw that bomb at the beginning, and then those little girls visiting that building, I'm like, oh, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I wrote down Steve would have laughed at some shit like this.
Yes.
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 Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me try and get through this episode. We got like 10 minutes left to go. Come on. I'm gonna keep talking. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna talk about the things that I liked about this movie.
Okay.
I liked the shots. We already talked about that a little bit. We get some high angles and low angles. It's very cinematic. We get a shot overhead when she collapses because she faints when she find out that she killed 4 people because she's a stupid bitch bomber, as you say. And that's a pretty cool shot. It's directly overhead, straight down. We don't get a lot of those in, regular schmegular filmmaking. It looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's a shot where one of the cops is smoking a cigarette alone in his office at night. He's one of the crooked ones. Anyways, he's actually not smoking it. The cigarette is in the ashtray, but the cigarette is like making a cloud in the room, and it's like hanging. It like you can see a cloud. It's so cool. I thought that shot was awesome.
I must have fallen asleep during that shot.
Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, go.
I'm mainly talking about the cinematography. Almost every shot in this movie had movement, which I thought was, a lot of effort, and it keeps a sort of momentum going.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to burp. And it creates a sort of dreamlike quality, whatever.
Yeah, there is a very dreamlike quality to this movie.
Yes.
It'll make you want to dream. Yes.
Yes, it will, Steve. Okay. And what I remembered about this movie when I watched it when I was a teenager was the ending shot. It's this gorgeous. I watched the bonus features of this movie, and one of the bonus features was just like extra aerial shots that they couldn't keep in because they had just like shot so much of this beautiful countryside. But apparently there's a thing called a space cam, and that's like a helicopter that I guess goes high, and it's got like a gyroscope for the camera, so it's just an incredibly smooth, way of shooting a film, from a helicopter. And this is a lost art. We don't get these anymore. We get drone shots, and they have their own beauty and their own, innovations. You can get some crazy drone shots that are like, the drone is a, is electric. It's like we're able to do things that we've never been able to do before with drones, but also we lose some of the grandeur, some of the weightiness of helicopter shots. So I thought that was absolutely gorgeous. And the last few shots, when they do, as you say, bang under a tree, it's like this beautiful.
That did look good. Because it's all in silhouette against the setting sun.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome because they're elevated on this hill, and it's underneath this beautiful tree, again, Italian countryside. It's like wine country, or what I imagine wine country to be. So because they're on a hill, um, it's just mountains and sky behind them in a 360. And so the helicopter does a 360 around them, and it's just like the background is just rapidly spinning by, and they're stationary in the middle of the frame. And, they're taking off their clothes and they're silhouetted and they're embracing. And it's beautiful. It's Adam and Eve. It's this sort of elemental moment, I think. And that's what I remembered as a kid, or, as a teenager, because I was like, this is weird. This is not what a movie would usually end like. And then also I did like the ending. That in the end, spoiler alert, the FBI, they raid this little farmhouse that they're hiding out in, and in a quick moment, both characters run into an uninhabited helicopter that is part of the raid, and they hijack it, and they just go directly up into nothingness, and that's the last shot. And I loved that shot. Hold on. I like that shot a lot. I thought it was great, and I thought it was like weird and provocative, and it it spoke to me somewhat. It was sort of transcendental, and that's all I'll say. What's up, Steve?
I did laugh out loud hilariously when the climax of the movie was essentially, hey, look over there. Because they're all the police, like there's nine carloads of policemen. They're on this farmhouse, and there's this one helicopter that lands. Everybody gets out of the helicopter, including the pilot, while it's still running. And then nobody sees these two fugitives running up from behind, sneak into the helicopter, and then just rise up to the sky. I'll say this. Cate Blanchett is not the only stupid bitch in this movie.
Well, yeah, they're cops. They're dumb.
Yes. But, well, that needed to happen so the ending could be the ending that they wanted to. And also, it is a little Hollywood in that, like, what happens at the beginning, like, circles around back to the ending,
Yeah.
That old screenwriting trick. So I did appreciate that. So
I'm glad you appreciated that. Yeah, that was what I was gonna say, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. Checking my notes real quick.
I know I shit a lot on this movie. But I do want to say, like, it's not that bad of a movie. It isn't, like, especially like I was kind of serious when I gave my recommendation. Like, if you like movies that make you feel, I think that's what this movie is all about. Like, this is very much a vibes movie. Because if you think about it, even for a moment, like I did, it kind of falls apart. But I don't think that was the intention. You're not supposed to think about this movie. You're supposed to feel about this movie.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you like those kind of vibes movies, I do recommend this, on a lot of technical levels. It wasn't made badly at all. And I do like the cinematography a lot. Like you said, the helicopter shots. There were overhead shots of the city. Looking straight down, like just straight down and then moving. And it reminded me of city skylines using European buildings. That was neat too.
Yeah, I like that shot. It's in the DVD like pre-loading screen. Um, it's like a shot, just scrolling through these very, square geometric buildings that are, Italian architecture, and then we get a crossfade directly into Ribisi's face, and I think that looks really cool too. That was a cool shot.
Yeah. So there's that. And another thing that's going to keep me up at night is in the movie, after Giovanni Ribisi he's gone to sleep, and then he's up the next day and he's washing his sheets, and his father is asking, "Hey, why are you washing your sheets?" And he goes, "It's because I wet the bed." And then his father goes, "You wet the bed? You haven't wet your bed in 10 years." And like, all I can think of is like, well, what happened to him 10 years ago?
Hmm. Huh. That's interesting.
So,
I thought you were gonna make a joke about, but that is interesting. Hmm. I I'm remembering like one more thing, I wanted to talk about the
okay.
movie is that because my recommendation was, for people who have given up hope or, you know,
Yes. Please explain your recommendations.
well, I mean, I guess it's kind of thin. Again, this yeah, this movie has a lot of things that don't quite reach their full potential in my opinion. And again, it's hindered by the plot, I think it's hindered by the whole bomb shit, stuff like that. Um, but anyways, there's a scene where, they've gotten away from the police station, and they are, going to the countryside. They go to this church, and they're basically, we think that she's in confession, but then we cut and we see she's talking to Ribisi, or Filippo. It's funny. They're
Mm-hmm.
anyways, yeah, I'll talk about that later. But
Yeah, Filippo. His name is Filippo, and her name is Philippa.
yeah, and they were born on the same. They have the same birthday. Um,
Okay, I didn't catch that part.
yeah, they have the same birthday, and she was like, I remember exactly what I was doing the day and time you were born. I was having my first communion, um, and I was wearing a dress. It was like a bridal gown. I felt like a bride, and I was weeping, but I didn't know why I was weeping. Um, and but anyways, they're in the church, and it's almost like a confession. She's talking to him, kind of listing all the things that she's done, she feels regret for, and kind of just filling him in on stuff. And she says, "What you don't know is I've ceased to believe." And there's a hugely long pause, and she says, "In sense, in justice, in life." Um, and we do see that. We see that she's been fucked over, because she's seen she tried to stop this guy from dealing drugs to her students. She wrote letters and letters to the police, but the the cops were crooked, and so the letters didn't get through, and she accidentally killed people, so that's added more frustration and guilt. Um and she killed a guy, she shot him in cold blood, and essentially, um and so you do see that this is taking a toll on her, and I just I felt that, and I related to that, especially, we record these some time ahead, but I mean, I'll just say it's January right now, and January 2025, and life feels pretty shitty and hopeless, um, with the current political climate in the U.S. And so I was just like relating to that, and uh, I mean, after that, she's Ribisi, confesses his love for her, and he's like, I love you, and there's a long pause, and she says, I know, it's just that I want the end to come soon, which is, crazy to say, but I thought that moment had some weight to it, and despite the horrible parts of her life, and how crappy her life has been going lately, um, there still is love, and that's worth something, and and that's why I like the ending too, because it's the classic Romeo and Juliet type. They die, but they die with love in their hearts. And it's not that deep. And again, this movie is not that good, but I do think that you can maybe latch onto that and feel those vibes.
Mm-hmm. Well, now you've got me thinking about it. What you just said, and now I have two things to say. The first is, yeah, Cate Blanchett, her character wanting it to just end. That is some very big millennial energy there. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, given the political climate that we're in, I am absolutely certain that there will be times when the police will fly a helicopter to go after some people, and they'll be stupid enough to leave it empty so that they can escape and fly up to heaven. So I'm absolutely certain that will happen. Considering the incredible intellectualism that can be found in the political party currently in power. So something to look forward to, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they can't all be winners.
That is true. That is very true.
But
I think this was more of a, to its credit, I think this movie was more of a candy corn rather than a Tic Tac, though. So
a candy corn rather than a wet pack?
A Tic Tac.
Explain.
Tick, the breath mints.
Yeah, what do you mean?
It's from the same movie, from Bad Santa. Okay. Remember, they can't all be winners, and that is referring to the advent calendar with the chocolates.
Oh, okay.
When he got drunk.
Sorry, and Steve. I was just
he found a candy corn in one, and then later he found a Tic Tac,
and then he found an aspirin.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely didn't. I just said the phrase "they can't all be winners." I wasn't necessarily quoting Bad Santa, but
next time you should.
I should, and next time I will.
You should.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Anyways, this movie wasn't the worst, but it wasn't a great podcast movie because there's not a whole lot to talk about. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it does fit our criteria. I mean, it is obscure. Not a lot of people have watched it. Not a lot of people know about it. And it was obviously very formative on you, in your style as a filmmaker. So, yeah, I don't think it was that bad. Like, if you're interested in watching this movie, I don't think it would be a waste of time. Like, I know I shit on it a lot, but that's because it's just not my usual style of film. But like, it's not a terrible film. Like, I'm not going to say it's a bad film. So, yeah, like if you like art films and if you do like vibe films that you feel rather than think about, I think this is a really good pick. So yeah.
I think that's a good take and a good read. Um, not the easiest to watch, but if you go into it knowing that it's going to be slow and a little bit spacey, then you might enjoy it and you might feel the vibes. Yeah. A few last thoughts.
Yeah, definitely watch this movie after, like, while having a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Watch it while you have no chance of falling asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Last few things I want to say is I accidentally bought
Okay.
2 of these DVDs because you can only get this on DVD, or maybe, I don't know, it might be out on Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray is like $70 or something.
Well, it's on Amazon Prime.
What?
To buy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. To buy.
Okay.
So,
well,
yeah.
Anyways, I accidentally bought. Technically, I bought 3 because I bought you a DVD, Steve. So I bought 2 for me, and one of them immediately in the first opening scene just skipped and would not stop skipping. So it was a good thing that I bought 2. I thought that was funny, and it took me back to the good old days of trying to watch DVDs with my family and just desperately wanting them not to skip.
Was that a problem with the discs you were getting or with your player?
Like growing up?
Yeah.
It was usually the discs because we would go to this this movie. It was like a Blockbuster, but it was called Movie Gallery.
Yeah, I remember Movie Gallery.
Oh, you do? Okay, I wasn't sure how big of a chain it was.
Oh, it was like purple and white, right?
Yeah. You get them for $5. You could rent a movie, and then every day that you kept it after that was $1, I think. But anyways, we would rent a lot of movies, so a lot of the times they would be a little scratched or something like that. Or we'd get them from the library, and those are beat to shit or whatever. Or eventually we'd get them from Redbox, and those are also sometimes beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why Blu-ray rocks.
Mm-hmm.
So that was funny, and then also there was I watched all the bonus features, and the bonus features featured, I think I told you already, a lot of beautiful aerial shots that were taken out of the movie, as well as a few deleted scenes. Apparently, like, there was this whole sequence where, so when they escape, initially they escape up into the upper attic of the police station, because this is like this hundreds of years old police station. So there's like this beautiful attic room that they're up in. But apparently, like, there's a scene where it rains and it's like leaking everywhere, and they're like, having some weird. They're having chemistry in the rain. But anyways, that all got cut, and so like they spent like so much time and money getting like the rain rig set up and like getting it to like leak in the right places, and then they just cut it completely from the movie.
I might have to check those out because I want to watch the scenes for this movie where the director is like, you know what? That scene's too slow and not enough happens.
Yeah.
I want to see those scenes.
Yeah, I thought you would think that was hilarious. There's another scene I watched, and it's literally just Giovanni Ribisi like getting dressed for his first day of work. And his dad is like helping him get dressed because his dad is also a cop. So he's kind of following in his dad's footsteps. That's another part of this movie that we didn't talk about, is that there's a relationship between him and his dad. Because it doesn't get fleshed out enough in the movie. One of the reasons is because one of the things they introduce in this scene where Giovanni is just getting dressed, it's boring as fuck and it lasts for 3 minutes. his dad gives him like this watch that he's had for like, it's a family heirloom. But anyway, there's a shot in the movie that's actually left in where, the dad hands him some money and is like, I do know you a little bit, son. And we see the watch and it's like, if you had known that the dad gave him the watch, it would be more significant, but you don't really, so it's not quite as significant. Anyways, doesn't matter, but it's interesting.
Like another reason why that's funny to me is like this movie was made in 2002. They still used film back then.
Yeah.
So they had to pay for the film for all those long, ponderous scenes. I guess it's a lot cheaper to make a ponderous art movie nowadays with digital.
It absolutely is.
You should take advantage of that.
I will. Steve.
Okay, wonderful.
Oh, one more thing I liked about it.
Uh-huh.
The end credits, I liked the way that they were arranged. It was like the ... It said the name and then the ... in their position. And it was like all together on the screen. It wasn't like a scrolling. I'm not a huge fan of the scrolls. I think scrolls are overrated. So I like the end credits.
Okay. I turned this movie off as quick as I could, so I didn't notice.
And that's fair. That's fair.
So, yeah.
Before you go, a special thank you to our bestest friend of the show, Brian. Thank you, Brian, for supporting Your Movie, My Movie. Now, if any of you would like to support the show, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/yourmoviemymoviepodcast or leave us a review on whatever you're listening to us on. Thank you for listening and thank you for your support. I'm done. Are you?
Oh, I've been done. But stay tuned for our next episode where we continue our Giovanni Ribisi movie marathon.
And I still have another pick. I still have another pick with Giovanni after yours. So
yeah, I'm wondering what that one's gonna be.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Okay. Well, I'm excited for the next one. And it does have some parallels actually to this movie, which will be kind of fun. So
nice.
Yeah. Oh, well, just wait.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye guys. Thank you.